piano. There are some big matches here. Also, PMC see or League One anymore. Openyi PSG any Rams never. And then can you big game be a bet? Who the PSG in the Rams or more button chain? Who say Leon? And I say you made much and Leon early Olympic de Marseille game. Because I say Leon cried or more Bob and or more this season. And even from last season in Shadam Kuyi, it is true. But any Leon particularly in America, and I say the name they've made for themselves, which is Leon and America. I am looking at Leon playing against Olympic de Marseille. An Olympic de Marseille side under Roberto De Zerbi. We've seen a massive improvement. Sure. And if you go to the league table, clearly you could feel say Olympic Marseille and AS Monaco will give Boboko from Paris Saint-Germain a tough run for their money. Those say Paris Saint-Germain the 4 games no mabono, Omun Lusubi, all the 4 games no winning in Boboko from Olympic de Marseille I win 3 about draw 1 and Olympic AS Monaco so about draw and that's why we need 3 about draw 1 into Omunyana Omumie no about draw back. But yet looking at the performance of the man clearly you could feel say Olympic de Marseille team Ebema Bukwa, you're from Paris Saint-Germain, a run for their money. Now, they're back on me. Only say Adnan Rabiot, as I call PM, our Olympic de Marseille. Sure. And looking at the kind of players and they kuto mudada. No more say Adnan Rabiot as I become in the midfield, they were having Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and then Jeffrey Kondogbia. Now, say the Adnan Rabiot become you are having can say experience in abundance clearly because Højbjerg at Tottenham, those in the last season, no. Na Papa Fernando Postecoglou enyusu he preferred Papi Matassa Yves Bissouma over even Oliver Skip crowd no prefer no over Brantia your friend Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. But clearly no one could doubt the fact say Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was one of the best defensive midfielders now beat me Premier League in the year before say Ange Postecoglou babeban. So clearly Pierre-Emile Højbjerg we know the kind of experience the kind of potential Kutano. Geoffrey Kondogbia has been in the system for so very long. He has seen it almost all because Wakako from Monaco, no about Boboko from Valencia, Monet, La Liga, no about Nemua, Wako Atletico Madrid, Munape. So clearly, you could feel say Wagada massive experience going round in a footballing career. No, almost had the Adnan Rabiot Ababeka, a very good addition. And and clearly looking at the players up front, looking at Luis Enrique, Mason Greenwood, Harriet, and Eli Wahimono. Clearly you could feel say these are quality players. Those need that kind of names, no. Because Eme Højbjerg guy can ask him. Ubonidia, a man for bring Fanen target the elite air midfielders, no. Adnan Rabiot has been in the system. I bet yesterday as a man for doubt on Adnan Rabiot because of how any movement is here on one kasani behavior is here ni adeno. A man for doubt on that. Geoffrey Kondogbia has always been in the system, but on also ain't been breaking the barrier and be one of the best air midfielders. You beat me on team fan home ember that category no. But we all know say on a good day for Geoffrey Kondogbia, he can give you a very good air game. And you all air this midfield no. Nasa ohe the attacker amu omenim na clearly you could feel say enema betimi akuye e dey Olympic de Marseille and I'm looking forward say Eli Wahimono masha say omo bangi in the goals no especially Mason Greenwood hwe kwan wa fa so a wa settle Olympic de Marseille obo game ne kwan opeso unsaid the last game was actually too so clearly it tells you say Olympic de Marseille no said the maka na nsem bebre no why say Brighton and Hove Albion English Premier League people should really watch out for Olympic de Marseille omo results na down clearly you could feel say they are having a very very good run omo ne OGC ni so omo win by 2 goals to 0 omo share to lose by 3 goals to 1 omo kwa away omo ne Reims draw 2-2. But then right after that, no, and I say in the first game, omo boy, no, omo eshe Bobuku from Stade de Brestois. Unso omo last season, omo team qualify. Eko UEFA Champions League, even Champions League, unso omo bobi. And you hear omo performance.
Hona Brazil,
no. Into omo team show omo by 5 goals to 1. So clearly tells you say Olympique de Marseille is having a very very good run. Now, yen fa ni so ni nwura mu Italian Serie A no. Medikia kasa asemu. Leagues ni nyina no big matches for. And they're very much interesting because who copy more Italian Serie A na openyi Juventus any SSC Napoli bo ubenya AS Roma obo idinisi AS Roma dey any bebem because unso ma promote Daniele De Rossi last season when they were sacking Jose Mourinho I came here and said say AS Roma team no kuto omo no. It is not one of those teams a looking like that flamboyant as a omutimi de compete they said omoko akwaji league and as a top 4 no properly but because say Jose Mourinho no wo ho ni nti and amanfo hu ni say yes Roma team no so mo competed to that highest level. I said this here. But people were not, buying into that idea. People were saying, oh, be to Paulo Dybala more honoma, didn't na catch us and AS Roma team no and Shadanya team or more a lot and as I mean or more a lot of quality. Brian Cristante more, Manuel Pellegrini more. You go to the back, you have Zelewski, you have the likes of Rui Patricio, Mano Munane, and Christopher Smalling.
Yeah.
No Munina. But I said it here, sir. Though say you can mention all these names, but the quality put together is it enough to compete at the highest level? Omuja Jose Mourinho kwai. Danilo De Rossi na. It seems like Enema started working for him.
Sure.
About 5-6 games. Na the imposo ni AS Roma kwakobo obelusu. But I kept saying it. So amount for to omubuase because Danilo De Rossi is new to the coaching job. Afen weremu. Enti so abeti mi ti say Roma. Na se name ekoya it could be because players no, they see him as a legend and they want to do everything possible because no money Jose Mourinho problems. Yapomo Mourinho, the Moankasa more legend about. What do? You try to play, to suit the kind of air coach in the Nabano. Say be obepiko the room and Pono almost how that kind of respect the man. So clearly you could feel say na AS Roma and man and a cost for team no. Not to say bia Papa friend Danilo De Rossi no nyade, but clearly you could feel that new manager bounce and the legendary status and everything no never care around it and no mundi nya this results. But coming into the latter part of last season no and a reality check as said on AS Roma Bobo and almost as so mulusu games be clearly AS Roma team winning game no makwa kolusu and the room once had the about BPM this season omu games on mabomu win and clearly you could feel say they felt like Danilo De Rossi at the helm of affairs and Shada Nkuye and Omejana Kwai and Omama Jurich they took over. They say Jurich and they take over. But playing against Udinese one thing ananka me hwe ne senka ekoye a big team bi ana say team bi in recent times the performance near consistent and anka be hu ne bet Udinese I don't think say Udinese would give AS Roma much of a tough time. Into years from a bit me we need this game, but people should not be thinking so we win the game we are and say a new manager bounce in same nebia. They really need to sit down, try to have a good manager or bet me taking care of those players there, not necessarily bet me city players no more on them no. You talk of Juventus Napoli game no. So we so no the Milan derby no so
yes.
But
Inter
AC. Before they ever con yenye Juventus ne Napoli ne kakrebe openyi. Is Juventus playing against Napoli this season no. These are two teams I have new managers. And the new managers they are having no. Juventus they are a new manager that they see some potential in him. Say years to come no obetimi aba be ye niema Italian Serie A anymore in the shape of Thiago Motta and oba this season no enya that kind of flamboyant performance and ka obepen wo mo ho ne bebre but yet he's finding ways and means obetimi put Juventus on the proper scale.
Yes.
It is why in the games now about on losing the game and even it is difficult for opponent to score against Bobokua you're from Juventus into playing against a certain side like Napoli. No so the first game against Hellas Verona they lost but from there you could clearly feel say Papa friend Antonio Conte will find the right rhythm to the team. Maka say Antonio Conte one particular coach or a league expert especially in the league now Obo Serie A no on the side Juventus or monopoly no on the share
yeah.
Let's not forget that on the share Juventus monopoly or Muji League network Swana Obientimini or Momon. He was the one who started it. So he has that fair knowledge of winning the Italian Serie A especially. And it's so bad team nimu. Na and that's about league no otiminya team a bit miamana that kind of experienced players any players who are willing to abide by his techniques ne philosophy na a bit miakuye de amano. And I said it say so mama Napoli it me feel a bit comfortable. Ya bobo be 7-8 games. That's still comfortable at the top.
Yeah.
They should be looking at it say obit me bibi e Napoli bobo because almost no hekra na enche and omoje league ni bi. So it isn't something like a team and san wo GB ntu be ka say bia experience ni honum in recent years now wetimi GB with Victor Osimhen mo omutimi boy Vicha Kvaratskhelia was there, and then there are some players Lobot Kaminya no mo honum Ramani Muna, they were there, Alex Meret were there, Joven De Lorenzo Omunya no mo honum. So clearly you could feel say they've had that experience before. Into Musa your manager obetimi bring that kind of fighting spirit no back into the team obetimi abuwe team. So a very very interesting game. Juventus playing against Napoli. For me, I think say Napoli, the X factor in the shape of Antonio Conte. But Juventus side now, they are having a coach on also to prove all the odds no at Bologna. Even at Bologna, he was able to do something or prove it to the whole world. Say, obet me BB with Romain Frailamont and then the likes of Joshua Zezimono. Ultimately, omo bomo homo Bonjono Munya. Ultimately, omo Brejuma. So clearly, you could feel say, waba benye a team it say Juventus no also will have something to prove, and he's already proving it to the world of football. I watch say Juventus no bet me Manakuye. So this game is going to be a very very difficult game. But I feel say, with Antonio Conte at the helm of affairs, I am in a way. As I'm swaying towards Napoli because of Antonio, frankly speaking. And yet because they are better than Juventus, but I am swaying towards them because of Antonio Conte. What he can do, as we've seen over the years, and Mami sway towards them, Kaka. But to play it safe, I think both be a bit go. And if I'm not,
but it will be a
difficult game for one to win. And say be a draw bet me up with this game, but both teams to score bet me at but pinpointing say we bet me difficult. Slightly may swing towards Napoli because of Antonio Conte. Now the big game it is Inter Milan up against AC Milan.
The Milan derby.
Frankly speaking, in case I can say straight away, Inter Milan win this game. But on the other side, AC Milan nema na mo fam no enkoyi Stefano Pellicoya, Paulo Fonseca, Betty Cuba. We've not seen them putting up a fight, and in such games no so you're a big team like AC Milan open you said the names a big teams no more peno if Senema Nkoye mfa mo they will rely on such big games no matter try some bet me win now boost to omumo to turn out their season and the AC Milan going into this game those are a very poor run. But if it is not going to be, say, players not are fed up with Paulo Fonseca as this early stage, that's what you say they want to prove something. This game, they want to do everything possible. Somebody a proper and a fair resource against Inter Milan. Say, be able to turn your season around. Because AC Milan, frankly speaking, they are not having a bad team. I don't know why they are performing that way. AC Milan were a very good team.
Sure.
Mike Maignan as your goalkeeper. Is he not the goalkeeper for France national team? Yes. He is the one. Absolutely. And who met you on man? Theo Hernandez, one of the best left backs world football who in recent years. And Ora Metro Fikayo Tomori has always been there. Malik Tia Munina Honum, Oba in the midfield. Ismail Benasser injuries he hano. But then they are having some players clearly you could feel say Tijani Reinders elbow game. So when you be to say Timothy we are the likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek no mobile game. Clearly you could feel say a very good team no mukuta. Any honum no penny. Players being beam now be here. Wabra Rafael Leao, Christian Pulisic, Samuel Chukwueze. Wakakufa Tammy Abraham sad na ba beka ho anymore. So clearly almost a fair share of their quality no waka for mu now honum. So I'm wondering why AC Milan in recent games acquire den their momo. Ohwe omo results now penny enya dey say so any. Look at the kind of goals of Ashe. Christian Pulisic this season watch 2 goals. Tammy Abraham about 1. You see Fofana 1, Theo Hernandez 1, Rafael Leao 1. So they are not finding the goal scoring or can say chances. Nana say they are not scoring on the regular. And now it's difficult for AC Milan. But playing against Inter Milan, just like I said, they will try to prove something. But on the side of Inter Milan, frankly speaking, it is going to be very, very difficult. AC Milan results need be na dasono. Safatos my name here, AC Milan results against Torino, they couldn't win 2-2 no more boy against Parma. Parma were able to score AC Milan coming down from the second division. Ababeshi AC Milan by 2-1. Omone Lazio 2-2. And Omuni against Venezia. I know BN say name Babekui, but in the Champions League, Liverpool 8-3 by 3-1. So clearly Liverpool and I say AC Milan so they are on the side and they want to prove a point. But now on the side of Inter Milan opinion, they really want to make a statement yet again. Because they make Napoli nema no mo yenye so mu hu ye. Enema Thiago Motta di Juventus so ye yes or muhu ye they know say Thiago Motta will try to compete for the league. They will know say Antonio Conte at the helm of affairs for Napoli will try to compete for the league. And Inter Milan, they will try their possible best to stay on top. They've been the best Serie A team in recent years. Until playing against AC Milan, almost names a big team they will try to give it their all. And last game Lautaro Martinez and Shazier, and it was because for me I felt it was because he didn't want to risk him. They were having Madi Taremi and Marcus Thuram with me about that game now. And against Man City and so no a proper results fair. Ewo 80 yard now to me Man City border fair results in the no I think say Abrante friend Lautaro Martinez and when they start the game I'm feeling say be AC Milan bed on me be but it will go in favor of Bobokwa from Inter
right
now meanwhile EPL nim ke to me EPL big matches no my mean from Gremuna
my just 2 minutes on that 2 minutes
okay.